Good morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever time it may be around the world. Welcome to the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. This is the winner's bracket final match, game 3 for Group G. So the winner of this game will be advancing to our brackets, and the loser will be facing Brewers fan JP to try and make it in. My name is Mercer. I'm joined today by Black Wax. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for this matchup because the last game was pretty good too.
Yeah, so our seed today is going to be a fast Ganon with an assured sword. So probably not seeing Ganon's Tower today unless that's the only sword they have once they have 7 crystals.
That would be ridiculous.
It's assured sword, not assured swords. But they should be getting started any minute now, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they decide to route this one. I will mention up front, I know that in the event that Walther loses, that he has already planned for a doubleheader later today for that other matchup. Not sure when it would happen if Frostbite ends up losing this one. There appears to have been a little bit of coordination on our file names today.
Yeah, I was noticing that. I don't know what that is or means or what.
Well, that's the last 4 digits of Frostbite's user ID, so...
Interesting. So, are you hoping for an... Oh, here we go.
And we have 10 arrows in Sanctuary Chest and bees in Link's house.
Walter going straight for Hyrule Castle with that sword.
Yeah, absolutely makes sense. You can do front of escape right away with that sword.
Uncle still got the money.
The bush crabs bringing the bombs today. 4 bombs per drop, so instant refill.
And that is a 300 from the secret passage. So Walter is set on money for Kakariko.
Well, I wasn't quite right about not finding a sword by the 7th crystal. There's one on the lumberjack ledge.
Oh, there's 300 in the Lost Woods too, so they're both good on money. Walter, when he comes through there, he's going to be able to go down and do Zora.
Frostbite quits out of Lost Woods and is also going to do escape before Kakariko. Looking for a bottle or flute. Does find the bottle with the bees in it at Link's house.
Oh, and an early hook shot. And nothing in Zelda Cell.
Yeah, so really just the hook shot for worth in the escape sequence, but that's definitely worth it.
Nothing on the island.
Looks like Walther's going to be heading south after buying some bombs. Bypassing the dam, though, straight to Mini Moldorm Cove.
Either he's gonna work that backward and skip Ice Rod Cave, or he's gonna come back to the dam later and work it in with Agina.
And let's see what we have back here today.
The Moon Pearl.
Yeah, the Moon Pearl is kind of nice to find there. It lets you set up for the fake flippers into Waterfall Cave, but Walther doesn't have the 500 rupees for Zora just yet.
And Frostbite's not going south, so probably gonna be a little bit before we see the fake flippers. Just another bottle on race game. I missed what was the nice cave.
A full heart container.
Well, this early, that's not terrible.
And we get a map check on Frostbite's side. It is Desert Palace as the green pendant and 2 normal crystals.
And the sick kid giving up his allowance. Man, so far the seed has just been barren.
And not a ton yet, but they haven't done the richest part of Kakariko yet. They're going to both...
The single arrow of destiny.
Well, there's something.
Oh, there's boots. That's progression. That opens up a check. And there's the flippers. All kinds of foot gear up in here.
Yeah, that'll bring the Zora check actually into logic as well as the other flipper checks.
Frostbite just saving and quitting without checking Lumberjack Ledge or going to Bonk Rocks.
Well, he already saw this sword early. He rode
that's
through
right.
Lost Woods. But he'll be able to, actually, with the boots, he'll have the option to set up a water walk to make the flipper checks a little faster.
Alright, and nothing in the dam, so...
Yep, Frostbite about to get the Moon Pearl. Looks like gonna use B strats in here.
I mean, you might as well get something out of it.
Yeah, you don't really need the 100 rupees. Looks like Walther heading towards probably eastern area. No, heading to flipper checks.
Straight to Hobo, it looks like.
And Frostbite does use his trip to Ice Rod Cave to set up a water walk to make this hobo check a lot nicer. So some different routing to get here, but basically converging at this point outside of a couple of checks.
I mean, it's still just not much yet.
No, a glove kind of breaks things open a little bit. Not logically without the lamp, but still will get you there. Frostbite getting a free green goo off the waterfall ferry.
Yeah, we still either need a glove and a hammer or a sword and a lamp. And there's a fetch quest that we cannot turn in yet. Walter probably going to check Bonk Rocks.
Yeah, Other than that, we mostly haven't seen Agena or the eastern area.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Sahasrara and Eastern Palace.
And Walther gonna see that sword.
Oh, there's a cane of Samaria on the back of Sahasrara.
Well, that'll be useful eventually. Doesn't do a lot for us right this second.
Yeah, it doesn't open anything by itself. It looks like Walter's gonna go check Yuna. And the wavy coin in Eastern.
That may or may not eventually be useful, but equally is not at all helpful right now.
Oh, and there's the glove. Now we just need a hammer. Which I'm pretty sure Frostbite is about to find pretty soon.
Well, the glove opens up some locations. Back of Escape. Out of Logic, it opens up Light Death Mountain.
Oh, that's
or
true.
at least most of it. I wouldn't be shocked to find the lamp back here, but we'll find out. Or just the hammer.
And the hammer. Okay.
So Frost, sitting on 2 items in the big key, is going to check out the vanilla big key location. This might be the remaining dungeon item, or it might be the remaining actual item.
Alright, so I'm assuming Hype Cave's coming right now. You think it's gonna actually be Hype?
I'm going to go with no. Seems like the safe bet in recent seeds.
Yeah, recently I think I've seen one actual Hype Cave.
Well, there's a lamp.
That's something at least. That's a fire source. And the cape. And the flute. Wow. Okay. That was actually Hype.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I give that an 8 out of 10.
I immediately upgrade it because Meyer's a 5/6, so having that flute is nicer. So yeah, I'll go up to 9.
Oh, and there's another sword.
So Aga will not be making an appearance in either form today, I suspect.
Well, Agatu is definitely out of the picture. I suppose it's unlikely, though. One of them might really want that other sword.
I guess it's possible Frostbite gets desperate before checking the pyramid, but that seems deeply unlikely. And I know how we talk about, runners will do a lot for tempered, but
Aga is not one of them.
and Walther getting the ability to flute around.
And it looks like he's going to turn in that powder now before he goes into the Dark World. And Frostbite finding out that Hype Cave is actually Hype.
Yeah, a couple minutes behind now, but definitely time he can make up.
Looks like he's about to get his second sword as well.
Yeah, so no chance of the unnecessary Aga play, which is for the best.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Aga. Alright, old man. What are you hiding in your cloak today? Just some blueberries in the cave.
First two chests in Paradox, kind of a disappointment. Let's see how the up downstairs is.
I mean, best case scenario, you find the mitts. Worst case scenario, you find the mushroom.
And some more bees. You can't underrate the additional bees.
You know, I suppose Shovel probably would have been worse than Mushroom, because he has the flute.
Well, half magic on the floating island. If they happen to have mirror when they do Hookshot Cave, might grab that.
Ooh, and the book, which gives them access to a fully clearable desert.
Yeah, it is a pendant, so probably put that off a while.
Yeah, I assume if things start to get tight, though, because of the green pendant, one of them might go there.
Kind of nice to get that book before heading over to Hera.
And
there's
that's the bow. That is now Eastern and Pod both. Although I think Pod is a pendant, yeah.
Yeah, that is also all 3 of our pendant dungeons completable, so chat, you can have fun for a while until it gets knocked out. Frostbite giving us a spike cave check. But nothing of worth in there. We'll see if Frostbite routes in Spiral Cave before Hera the way Walther did. It makes it kind of annoying to go back to Ether Tablet if he gets the book after doing Hera.
Yeah, well, either you're climbing back up the mountain, or you're going back to the tablet. So either way, it's kind of annoying. But I think it's faster to do it, get the book first in this case.
Yeah, the worry there would just be that he might ditch after getting the book without going back up for the single check on Ether.
Oh no, he got a poke.
And he gets a dash to finish things off. That was pretty good recovery from accidentally sending Moldorm into that Berserk phase.
And that is our first crystal. And Frostbite skipping Spiral.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is fine if after doing Hera, he does Spiral and then comes back up for Ether Tablet. It's potentially problematic if he does anything else.
Yeah, if he just straight up skips the Spiral Cave and just orphans it off, and then there's bow locked mids, it could be a problem. Oh, and we get to see the Harapot.
Took him 2 tries, but got it cleanly on that second one. Not sure where Walther's going. Went to the 5 portal and then
I think he wanted to
his
do
mind.
Eastern first and just reflexively went through the portal. Because he doesn't have the mirror, so it makes more sense to do the pendant dungeon first, and then flute down to 5, go through the portal, and then do a pod dip because you're right there anyway.
Yeah, Frostbite just appears to have left without getting the book.
I hope he knows that he orphaned that off and didn't just forget about it. There is another bow somewhere, but we don't really know where that is.
Yeah, and it can easily be locked by the first bow.
Or in Ganon's tower. I don't remember if there's an item back here or not.
I believe the last item's on Armos Knights, but I am not 100% sure. It's either on Armos Knights or it's in the vanilla Big Key location, so we'll know in a second again.
Alright. So we're also gonna go check a Skull Woods right now.
Okay, it is on Armos Knights.
Well, that was a quick Skull Woods.
Yeah, quick and useless. Just health here.
And now we're gonna get a check of Bumper Ledge.
Oh, hello
Oh,
there.
that's the Titan mitts. Okay, so Hype Cave even more hype now because we got the cave in there too. Now we just need the fire rod to be blocked by the lamp.
Yeah, so if Frostbite finds the mirror, that's going to help a lot because we'll be able to do the Spiral Cave and Ether Tablet very smoothly with Dark Death Mountain.
And Walter finally getting around to checking the Hostrula.
Yeah, good news is our most knights at least did not have anything of importance other than the crystal, just a big 20 when Walther cleared it.
A hammer dash. I have to point out, that makes 0 sense.
Is that why your suspension of disbelief stops? Okay.
Yes. And doing the chess game first because you can't do it with a follower. And even if you do the Smith chain and then come back and do this with the chest, if you leave it off screen, it's still marked as a follower. Alright, and there is nothing on Ped. So,
I mean, that's a type of mirror. It's not the useful type.
alright, and Walther hopefully goes over and checks Bumper Ledge.
And the Smith getting a tour of the King's Graveyard.
Alright, and Walther going to get his mitts.
It's one hit from the murder dactyl, but gets through it.
And Frostbite coming back up Death Mountain to do the dark side.
Yeah, hopefully
I'm
we'll
wondering
do
if he's
Spiral
gonna-
Cave first, or
Yeah.
find the mirror.
It makes sense to climb up and do Spiral Cave first, and then go to the portal down there to check the dark world.
I mean, he's got hammer and mitts. He can open that at the top as well. After he does this reclimb for ether, so hopefully we'll do that.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have to do the recline to get the tablet. That would make more sense.
Yeah, probably just had this planned out and didn't think about ether. Hard to blame him, but hopefully finds the mirror here to make this a little easier. 6 checks for it. There's Bombos in the front of Thieves Town. We may or may not need that. It
Well,
is ice access.
yeah, I was gonna say now we can do everybody's favorite palace. Oh, and there's the fire rock.
That's also ice access.
Oh boy.
I allow you up here. It is Quake.
So. Okay, so Quake is definitely needed.
Yep, both runners already have it, of course, but that'll be useful. May draw Frostbite over there as soon as he finds the ice rod.
Yeah, he is completely orphaned off Ether Tablet.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's sort of in line with going to Turtle Rock at some point to open the portal. Ether on Meyer, which is the medallion we don't have. And there's a Tempered Sword, so...
Alright, that's all the swords.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be doing an Aga climb for Butter.
And the lag shield shows up, finally.
Oh boy, this is fun to see early.
Yeah, he doesn't have the bow yet because he skipped Ether Tablet, and even if he did, I mean, there's just not a whole lot of options right now.
No, I don't disagree with the play. It's just not one a lot of people want to do. He already knows Skullwoods doesn't actually have anything. because I already got the 2 items there. Could clear it, but it'd just be something you have to do before the end.
Frostbite making great use of that hook shot for those pen gators. Finding the big key.
Also, I'm gonna set up for this bomb jump. Hits it pretty quickly.
Walther checking the ledge and then changing his mind about going in a desert.
Yeah, Frostbite did the same thing. They have access to the ledge with the book, so good to verify at least that item. Let's see where Walther goes.
Looks like he's going to Ice Palace too.
Yeah, it makes sense. He does have the option to go into Pendant Pod and look for items, but you might as well clear out ice.
He can also go into Pendant Desert, which sounds so fun.
I believe that was our 4th bottle because neither one of them picked up the one on race game.
Yep. Wow, that's all the shields, all the bottles, and all the swords in under an hour.
Should be 1 item left here in ice.
And the easiest bomb jump in the game.
It is kind of funny to see the 2 runners both doing ice at the same time, but with each of them only having one of the 2 ways to get in. And not having the same one. I don't think I've quite seen that before.
Looks like the item's on Old Stair.
Frostbite breaks out the eyeball cloud things.
And a pretty solid cold stare fight. Or oh my god. That's not something you want to see ever.
So either the shovel spot has something, or ice was basically useless. I mean, crystal 5-6 pendant, but we can't even get into, or 5-6 crystal, but can't even get into Mire yet.
And he's going straight to the shovel spot, and I don't blame him because this is like the most annoying fetch quest.
For 20 rupees. So neither of them's going to gain an advantage from that, since both of them are doing it, but likely that Ice Palace could have been go-noted at some point, unless there's actually something behind Pyramid Fairy.
Maybe it's the other bow.
Could also be the mirror or ice rod. We're can't be ether, which is the other item we need for no mode, since ether is locking Mire.
Well, for Frostbite's sake, it would hopefully be the other bow, because I don't think he's going back to Turtle Rock, or I mean Ether Tablet anytime soon.
I think he might check it if he gets the ice rod before getting the mirror. Or ether, for that matter, hoping for vanilla ether.
I think we might be down to pendant done at this point.
Well, I mean, the only thing locked in Turtle Rock is Trinex, so that's, 4 or 5 items. We are going to see the back of Thieves out of Frostbite, so there's some new items here. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, he has a fairy, because there was a fairy in this
Oh,
dungeon.
that's right. Okay.
Still costs some time, but definitely way, way less time than actually dying to Cold Stare.
So far, nothing important in Thieves Town.
Yeah, but we do have 2 items left, and they're both new. Yeah, 1 item left.
Looks like Walter's gonna dip pod, which I mean that makes sense. There's like 5 items in here. So.
Yeah, on a density level, it's thieves is not the answer.
Not bowlocked pod, so if Frostbite decides to go that route, he can check everything. Well, everything's on the bowlock side.
Yeah, he's got potions too, so could do that glitch.
Yeah, he can always do that. And I think this is the first purple chest check we've seen.
I believe so, yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
definitely
is a big deal.
So that unlocks 2 items within Mire, and then the Pyramid Fairy for another 2 items.
So what do we need? Ice rod and mirror.
Yeah, and then both of them have one thing the other needs. Frostbite's got that ether medallion, and Walther has a bow. Those are both kind of obnoxiously isolated checks at this point, too.
Yeah, purple chest is always a pain until you get the mirror. And then ether tablets just way out there. Ice rod's probably just internal rock anyways.
I mean, there's always a good chance of that. Although Mimic Cave would be extra funny if somebody ended up dipping in there without mirror.
That just sounds rude. Mirror on Trinex and then Ice Rod and Mimic Cave.
Couldn't be that way because Trinex can't.
Oh, no, you're
block
right.
Ice Rod. But there are ways you could do something particularly rude, like something that locks them.
Mirror on Laser Bridge, Ice Rod, and Swamp. Can't save your portal.
I didn't see the first item in Dark Maze there, but so far doesn't seem to be much of value in Pod unless that was something.
Well, he's trying to death warp, so. So, I just realized that Frostbite has the Ether Medallion and skipped Ether Tablet, which has the bow. Just a funny coincidence.
And Walther heading to Helmasaur. He did check the ped, so he knows that that's nothing. So this is just for one item that must be on Helma.
Alright, and a very quick Vidi fight. Oh wait, no, he doesn't have a bow. He's gonna have to, like, slash
Yeah,
the big eyeball.
Tempered Sword's not too terrible with this.
There we go.
Walther pressing his luck a little bit there, but gets Helmasaur down.
Yeah, those fireballs are annoying. Not even waiting for the pendant, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, he knows the ped doesn't have anything. Which means Pod didn't have anything. If Frostbite never goes in there, that's a big chunk of time that he's just gained on Walther.
And here's Desert.
Frostbite pulls off the bomb dupe smoothly. And there's the mirror.
Oh boy, purple chest is going to be a big deal.
Walther really needs one of these things in Desert to be the ice rod.
Yeah. And Frostbite, of course, going to Swamp, which makes a ton of sense. There's like 6 items there and the crystal.
Yeah, so just looking for the ice rod, and then either he needs to make it to the ether tablet or find the other bow.
Yeah, and the other bow is not locked by the first bow, which means as long as it's not in Ganon's tower, he might still be in good shape. Walther, on the other hand, has to go back to purple chest.
Yeah, there's not a second ether medallion, so So we still have the green pendant to check, but otherwise it's kind of looking like pendant's overall a bust for the seed.
Whoa, that was a bad hop for that first land mo. And another bad hop. That's bad RNG, man. And it looks like he's gonna go straight to Zahasrala.
I mean, if you've risked it this hard on pendants, then I certainly would as well. Like, he's had 6 items waiting for him on Dark Death Mountain, and been pushing these pendant dungeons. And there's a red melon swamp.
Yep, Frostbite. Shouldn't really, with as much health as he has, shouldn't really have a problem with anything else.
Just a heart container on the green pendant.
Oof.
Check. I'll be interested to see if Walther dives into TR now.
Oh, and the big key. Is there any items left in Swamp? I didn't count. Oh, he didn't do left side either.
Yeah, he hadn't done left side, so there have to be. I believe I saw the compass as well. So Walther about to grab his fire rod, and then we'll have a choice to make.
Yeah, if the ice rod is in Swamp, then Frostbite would have a huge advantage. Because that would pull him back up to TR, and he has the mirror, so it'd be really easy for him to ride in checking Ether Tablet.
Yeah, at that point, I'm pretty sure it would be Frostbite to lose, more or less, because even if he doesn't do Ether before Turtle Rock, he can do it after. It's much more interesting if it's actually in Turtle Rock.
The last
Frostbite
chest on
does have-
Laser Bridge.
Yeah, the rando vanilla location, not the actual vanilla location.
And nothing.
Yes, now probably going to do some of these mirror checks in the overworld before heading up.
How funny would it be if both bows were on the tablets?
That would be pretty amazing. Nah, just some cash.
Yeah, probably gonna see Cave 45 and then Graveyard Lead. Man, those chain chomps are mean.
Yeah, I believe those are the hardest hitting enemies in the game outside of a Ganon Hug.
Yeah. They do boss damage. And they're just in, you know, third room of TR, no big.
Frostbite leaves so quickly that I didn't even see what was in checkerboard, but clearly
it was just a big
garbage.
20. That's a cool bunny sprite.
I have to admit, I know that the main sprite is from Gravity Falls. I don't watch Gravity Falls. I have no idea what that sprite was.
It kind of looked like the Triforce.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's looking more and more like
desert.
Like Ice Rod is somewhere in T-Rock. Or Mimic Cave. You may have cursed them.
Mimic Cave would by far be the worst case for Walther, because then he will last location that 1,000,000%.
Alright, so Frostbite going into Lambos. It's 2 Fire Rod shots. So that's, Oh, oh, okay, well. That could have gone better. Oh, and another one of those short hops. Man, the RNG on Lambo is garbage. So we got, and he's probably gonna go turn that in and get his heart piece. We got a Laser Bridge coming up. And
I mean,
that's the ice rod on Laser Bridge.
I believe, as the kids say, I called it.
I mean, as long as it's not Mimic Cave and Walther going into Trinex without taking the safety door.
Yeah, we'll see if he powders an anti-fairy here just for, at least a little health. Does have 2 blue potions, I believe.
So Walther in a medallion hunt. And Frostbite still needs the ice rod and the bow.
Yep, which he'll get the ice rod whenever he decides to dive Turtle Rock without it.
Also, Walther also needs the mirror, so he doesn't know that he's in a medallion hunt. But he will get to go mode swamp.
Yeah, we'll not get to go mode Mire because it's in the Pyramid Fairy. It's hard to... Chat's asking who's in the lead. It's really hard to say because Frostbite could decide, okay, let's just go to the mountain at any time. But gonna do pod, it looks like.
Yeah, and he's got pushed, so he can do everything but Helmasaur. And Helmasaur doesn't have anything anyway, so that's actually a little bit of a time save on Frostbite's part.
So let's see what all Walther does here. Needs to get to the purple chest. Walther has actually already done the first part of Smith Chain, but this is either go ahead and clear Skull Woods, or this is it.
He's probably gonna clear Skull Woods first, because he can. And he already got both items out of it, so it's just go to kill Mothula. Or not. Is he going to Thieves Town?
Yeah, it could be.
No, there's nothing there, man.
Yeah, he did the front already, so only doing half of it, but it's the longer half.
Man, it's like right there, too. It's just on the other side of Village of Outcasts.
So while our runners follow in each other's empty footsteps, you should follow both of them at twitch.tv/WaltherIV and twitch.tv/Frostbite3030. To answer chat, Walther finished spot, but he did not pick up the pendant, so the tracker is accurate. Frostbite successfully potion glitches. Worth mentioning, that is a fully allowed glitch in the tournament. That's the only room where it's terribly useful. But you do have to fix your camera, which just normal play will typically do. Otherwise, you risk going into non-allowed glitch states. Yeah.
Yes.
These
Go
are
ahead.
all, totally reasonable density plays. It's just we happen to know they're not going to work out because the pendants are completely worthless today.
Yeah, we are in no mode, and it's really hard to say even who has the lead right now because of where the things are that they need. I would say Walther is close to getting to that point, but he has to make the decision to go there too. So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is the time to do the purple chest. You are right here.
Looks like he's probably gonna do hammer pegs and then grab that chest. Oh wait, he already did hammer pegs. Alright, Walther, I have to say, now has the advantage. Unless Frostbite just decides to go into Turtle Rock right now, in which case, it's a race. Oh, is he going to check Ether Tablet?
This makes sense if you're going to. That grabs that heart container, because why not? Oh, it's Sync Heart. Hey, what do you know?
Okay, this is now... He has to find the ice rod. Do you think he just goes into Turtle? No, he's floating.
No, he's leaving. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a race now.
Yeah, worth mentioning to those who may have joined late, this is a fast cannon seed. As soon as they have 7 crystals, it's just a walk over to the pyramid. There's no, GT big key to throw some more chaos into the lead.
Yeah, so I feel like Walther has to have the advantage right now because he doesn't have to go back to Death Mountain, and he doesn't have to make that climb again. Even if he last locations the mirror at this point, Frostbite's made like 3 climbs up Death Mountain already.
Yeah, it really depends on how much stuff he does before getting over to the mirror. Now, the mirror locks a lot of things. He's gonna go mode swamp at this point.
And that was a quick Mothula fight.
Yeah, and Frostbite's about to check pad, I think.
I mean, it makes sense. It's right there. It's not going to cost them a whole lot of time to do it anyway. So Walther checked it without the mirror. He had to go way out of the way.
Well, this has to be Frostbite going in the direction that he needs to go. Is going to be doing some unnecessary checks along the way. We'll lose some time doing Mimic Cave, but not a huge deal. There's not a giant difference in Turtle Rock between checking everything and not. Some spooky action on Walther's side.
Does he have enough to hit that anti-fairy powder, though?
He could actual fake powder it.
Oh, he had enough anyway, so... And this will be a very quick fight, just a few NMG spins, and then 8 arrows. Oh, faked out.
Yeah, that was a little tight. Fortunately, the lightning does not hit as hard as the eyeballs do.
Alright, so if he goes straight to Pyramid Fairy, and it's entirely possible, yeah, it looks like he probably is. Yep. So this is gonna be go mode here in a second for Walther.
Yep, and then it's going to be his go mode swamp plus Skull Woods versus whatever Frostbite has left of Turtle Rock at that point plus Eastern. Swamp actually routes pretty nicely into Pyramid. You're already in the Dark World. You don't have to save quit out or anything.
Yeah, so even if Mimic Cave has silvers, I feel like Walther still has the advantage because Frostbite basically has the full clear TR.
Yeah, I agree. Especially Frostbite had trouble with that chomp room. That was a pretty long delay.
128.10, Walther hits go mode. And Frostbite still has to go kill Armos.
Okay, gonna do Swamp first, so I'll have to do Skull Woods after.
Why is that bunny sprite a fish?
I'm not the right person to ask.
Okay, so go mode Swamp is about 2 minutes. And it's only going to take about a minute for him to do the back of Skullwoods.
Yeah,
So you're
Eastern's going to be longer. I'm pretty sure Walther's
Yeah.
in a decent lead here.
You're looking at about 135 for Ganon kill, assuming there's no shenanigans. And on Frostbite's side, you're looking at probably about 140. So whoever loses this has to play JP Brewers fan. Yeah, and Walther not even looking for silvers. He's just going straight for it. And that is go mode for Frostbite at 130 to 128.
Yep, still needs the small key. And that was
He is
probably the
also
last
not taking the
chest
safety
we'll
door.
see.
Yeah, probably is. Because he's already cleared out the front of Eastern.
Yep. Walther going to get his 6th crystal a little ahead.
And Frostbite with a very quick try next kill.
Yep, and Walther fluting over to Skullwoods, just needs to do the back of Skullwoods. Frostbite's going to need to do the back of Eastern, already cleared out the chests. So going to be behind for Frostbite, but still within range if a Ganon fight goes wrong.
I mean, some bad RNG from Moth could also tighten this race up quite a bit. Yeah, he's only gonna have one shot without Fire Rod when he gets into Mothula.
Yeah,
So
but
if Mothula doesn't get up, oh, he's not gonna have any. If Mothula gets stuck up on those spikes, though.
Or he could just destroy Mothula.
Yeah, or you get like the best possible RNG. Alright, so that is a huge advantage for Walther now.
Yeah, he's Frostbite still has several rooms to go in the Eastern, and Walther's exiting Skullwoods.
Yeah, just a flute to either 5 or 4, hit the portal, and then go kill Ganon.
Looks like he's going to go from 5. I think this is slightly faster.
Yeah, I think it's one less screen transition because you don't have to go down and back up.
Frostbite lifting his 7th crystal up. Gonna be, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds behind, something in that neighborhood.
Yeah, so they both have to be good on their Ganon fights. Oh no, Walther just jumped off by accident.
And it'll cost him a good, 2-3 seconds, something like that.
Alright, so that's the one cycle.
It's a good setup in the corner for phase 2, though.
Alright, so that's a 1 and 1, so this is gonna come down to silverless.
It's 2-cycle phase 1.
Oh, okay.
And into phase 3 just has to do these silverless spins as Frostbite enters the Ganon fight. Frostbite also doing a 2-cycle phase 1. We decidedly did not find that second bow in GT. Walther gets the torch glitch by spamming the lamp on it. And Walther gets a silver's freeze instead of the silverless hit.
He missed that one.
Yeah, Frostbite's just entering phase 4, so I think there's going to be too big a time difference.
Barring a fall, I agree. Oh, that's a miss. I think he just needs one more hit.
And there it is.
Alright, there it is. And that's it. Walther, I think that means he moves on to the brackets, right?
Yeah, and Frostbite will be not out of the tournament. Will have a chance to get into brackets still. Has a matchup waiting with Brewers fan JP. Walther finishes in first place with an official time of 1:38:49. Frostbite3030 finishes in second place with an official time of 1:39:12. So that's about a 25-second difference. And I believe both of them are joining us. GG to both of you.
Yeah, GG guys.
GG, Walther, awesome races, buddy.
Yeah, GG, dude.
Oh, I'm so mad at myself.
Close.
God damn. Yeah. I I did
Yeah,
everything right except one thing, and it cost me like a tremendous amount of time. And I think Walter did the other thing that I think I might have done had I not done the other thing. But no, that was a super fun finish to watch.
When I went up to like Turtle Rock and got both Fire Rod and then in Turtle Rock the Ice Rod, I felt really behind. Then when I got Ether from like Purple Chest, I was fairly confident that no matter what route Frostbite was gonna take, he was pretty much gonna last location that too, which apparently was not the case, but was the bow instead.
Yeah, it was definitely. I made the mistake I made was I went for the spin speed out of Hera to go check Ether, or not Ether, to get the book out of Spiral Cave Ether. I'm getting ahead of the story. And then, of course, I failed that because I actually didn't feel like I hit the spin, so I was planning on just sprinting over, and then when I came off the ladder hot, I just wasn't ready for it. So I almost went and checked it anyways, but I got like into the sort of Waffle House, and I decided not to go for it, of course. That meant I didn't get the bow, which really wasn't that big of a deal, because it would have probably sent me to pod earlier, and I might have ended up killing Helmasaur when I was there, instead of just doing the front, the rest of it, which I felt bad about when I got there. But anyways, because of that, I didn't want to just skip Spiral Cave, so when I went up to DDM, I checked Spiral Cave, and then instead of going back up and into TR, like I actually thought about doing, because the Fire Rod, like, I had so few items at that point, like, I knew something had to be there, and it ended up being the Fire Rod, and then I was so furious that I couldn't go into Turtle Rock right then, and I had to save quit, and because I had to save quit, I basically decided to not, to go do Ice Palace instead, and a million other things, and yeah, that sort of silly little mistake falling off the cliff, I mean, it's hard to say. I probably would have last located the Ether if I hadn't done it that way, but it definitely cost me a ton of time because I checked left side swamp, I checked all those horrible mirror locations, and with the Ether last location, you get to go mode swamp. You get to, essentially maybe not if you don't go to Pyramid Fairy first, but I think going to Pyramid Fairy first is the play to make. And yeah, it was frustrating, but yeah, it was a fun series, and looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, this was really close. And I mean, it was kind of obvious that Turtle Rock was going to be the play just because our first two matches. It would have been a little bit more fun if the Fire Rod was actually in Turtle Rock. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking that for a long time. I was like, yeah, let's go up to Turtle Rock without the Fire Rod. That's never heard anyone before, right?
Yeah, exactly. I thought about going to Turtle Rock for so long, and I don't know. I just. It's a hard pull to make when you're on the mainland and you got to flute up there, go into the Dark World, and go in without the Ice Rod. When you have like several other potentially, I had Pod, which I mean, not having the bow with Pod, I didn't really care about because it was a pendant, and I checked the pedestal after I eventually did Skull Woods because I was just hoping to see that it was the Ice Rod because I figured that was the only chance I had at that point in the race.
Yeah.
And then the second. As I was going through TR, I got a renowned sense of hope because I was like, if the Ice Rod's in Mimic Cave, I'm going to win because I guarantee you I don't know, I could have done it like I did, but there's a very good chance you went into TR without the mirror in this scene, right? So then
for sure.
Then I was really hoping it was going to be in Mimic Cave, and when it wasn't, I was pretty sure I had lost it. But I got super distracted at the middle of the race too, not making excuses, but like right when I was coming out of the right side of TR, I got a phone call, so I looked at my phone to see who it was, to see if I had to get it, and then it was right when I needed to pick up the magic pot, and then I didn't have any magic in the dang Chain Chomp's room, so then my Chain Chomp's room took like literally probably the difference in this race between us was my Chain Chomp room, and I mean everyone has those execution things they look back and it's a disturbingly large amount of time, but that's a particularly funny one.
Yeah, I mean when I was like 4 items from go mode, I was definitely hoping that mirror was going to be the go mode because if you get mirrors, like your second last item for go mode, it's just like the most horrible feeling ever because it could be anywhere all of a sudden.
Yeah, and all the spots you have to look are not really nice to rep together at all.
Yeah, it's just everything gets like a lot of like isolated locations all of a sudden, which is very time consuming.
Yeah. But no, I was, I didn't feel I was playing that hot down the end, so I decided to go for the 2-in-1 and make everyone in chat who's actually good at the game really angry. But I mean, I messed up the strat and I was another thing I was trying to figure out as I was running up to Eastern. Should I have got in the portal at Pod and then mirrored sort of below the staircase? And I don't think so. I think it was just faster just to go up like that. I don't know. It's weird doing these modes where you're not in the same boat.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a super fun seed. It was I mean, I last located a Gina's cave too, which I felt bad about because I was planning on checking it, and then I found the flippers, and I was like, let's not check it.
Yeah, it was a really fun game series.
Yeah,
definitely
for sure.
Very humbling to manage to win this one.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I feel like this is the one that I'm most frustrated with, not because of I mean, I don't mind losing or whatever, but because of just sort of how it went. That one little mistake snowballing into sort of a, basically a game losing play that early in the seed always feels frustrating, especially in these 1v1s where, if I'm playing big races, I make game losing plays early in the seed all the time by skipping things that I shouldn't skip because I'm trying to win.
Yeah,
you know
for
what
sure.
I mean? But in this where I'm specifically full clearing everything, and the one thing I skipped was the death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the scary part of doing 1 versus 1.
Yeah. It always happens that way too, right? It never, I mean, obviously you just don't remember the seeds where you skip 6 things and they weren't anything and it worked out for you, and you always remember the ones where you skip 1 thing and it burns you. But it seems like whenever I'm playing conservative and I skip a single location, and I know a lot of other people feel this way too, and it works out somehow, it's something I need to beat the seed. So yeah, that book also, I thought about going up and checking the Ether tablet right away because it's a crappy spot, basically, no matter what, if you've already done Hera. But I felt bad about getting the book so late that I kind of was just hoping it wasn't anything. So that was another way I could have gotten out of it, and I specifically avoided it. So it is what it is. GG's again, Walther. That was a super fun series. Looking forward to my matches versus JP over the next couple of days in the evenings. We managed to squeeze in some times. But yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone, and GG's again.
Yeah, absolutely. That was some pretty great analysis on the seed. Do either of you have any further thoughts on this one or on the match? Walther, congratulations on brackets, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. That was I guess my main goal of this tournament, try and make brackets. I did not think I was gonna get a higher seed place in the brackets for sure. So that's very surprising, but nice, I guess. But yeah, I'm kind of glad in one way that I won this one because getting 3 more matches in is a little bit tough. I'm glad I don't have to do 2 more races today.
Yeah, exactly. I was worried because I can't do any more races today, and luckily JP and I are both NA, so it's doing them in the evening time is at least feasible. Whereas that puts Walther right in the middle of the night, and it could have been a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm very glad this was not a tie because that would have been.
Oh God, we would have had to run back right away, and I just would have had to skip going to my family's Christmas party until I finished. 4 matches in one day feels bad, man, because you would have won still to make it as bad as it is. But no, that was I'm obviously disappointed, but I get to face JP again, so I'm really not happy with that. Not that I have nothing against JP, but I only really wanted to not face JP because I faced JP in the first round, and I feel like you watch, if you're an NFL fan or you watch other sports, it seems like it's tough to beat the same person over and over again when they're fairly, I might be a little better at execution than him, but it's not good enough that I'm going to win every time no matter what. So the fact that I won the first series has me very worried for the next series and the way Randomizer works. So
Actually, on that note, since you've reminded me, have you practiced the Mimic clip since that series?
I have. I still... it depends. I feel like if it came up now, I would go for it. And I feel like I either get it right away or I don't get it. So I'd go, and if I failed it, if I saw the Mimic progressing pretty far on the wall and I wasn't having him bounce out, I would probably just go for it. But if I was not getting any success at moving the Mimic at all, within about 30 seconds, I'd bail and go look for the bow. I think that's how I do it. Let everyone hear my strategies. So.
That's perfectly fair. So yeah, anything else for either of you? Otherwise, good luck in either brackets or against JP, as the case may be.
Yeah, pretty much just thanks for the tracking and the comms and making the restream happen, and looking forward to brackets.
Yeah, just congratulations again, Walther, and yeah, looking forward to JP. We're playing, I think, about 10:30 tomorrow night, and then I think Monday night, and then I think Thursday night was the other night we could settle on, so right before the deadline. If it goes to that, which it will, because all of our, at least all of my matches have gone to the third game, so. And thanks again, like Walther said, and yeah, stay warm and have a great day.
Yeah, I look forward to watching those races. Speaking of upcoming races, that actually that result does clear out some of the scheduled matches for the day, but we do still have I Am the Schwartz versus Zyrak at 7:20 tonight on Speed Gaming 3. Meanwhile, give my co-commentator Black Wax and our tracker Werfjig a follow. Both of them did excellent today. Black Wax, do you have any more thoughts on this seed or anything?
I mean, that was an exciting race, so that was pretty cool. Other than that, the racers pretty much summed up everything. They answered all my questions before I could ask them. So, but yeah, give them a follow. Give all the Speed Gaming channels a follow, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Speed Gaming, this channel with no number, and then 2 through 6, and ALTTP Randomizer, and then 2 through 5. And otherwise, everybody have a great day, and we'll be seeing you with the rest of groups and as brackets get started.